Hi everyone, it's Eva here. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build, and today I've got something really special for you because this video I built as part of a collab with a couple of other Simmers. So the lovely Camila invited me to join the Sims Tales collab, for which we were supposed to find a story, a Christmas story, a tale. Doesn't necessarily have to do anything with Christmas or winter, just any kind of story. And for this collab, we would all come up with our own little build ideas and then build something for this topic. I feel really honored to be part of this collab, and everybody who I've met so far in the Sims community is so lovely and so nice and so welcoming. So I'm really honored. So there is 12 of us taking part in this collab, and of course there will be an organized playlist where you can see everybody else's builds, which I highly recommend you watch because I know that these people have put a lot of time, effort and love into these builds. So I would really appreciate it if you checked out the playlist. There is also a Google Doc with everybody's info, so you can follow them on social media, on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, everything. And I really want to mention all the people that are part of this collab because I really want you to go and check out their channels. So we have Camila, obviously, who organized this collab. So we have Carrie Lorca, Tommy Lynn, Erin with a Y, Miss Unfortunate, The Sims Stream, Magpie Cliff, Chess Hearts, Julia Builds, Fantasims, and Chrissy's Corner, and obviously me. So we all built something to do with our tales. So I decided to build something from my childhood, actually, a story that I used to read as a child around Christmas time. I only know the German version, like I don't know if it actually is an English version, because I don't know if you know this, I grew up in Austria, so my mother tongue is German, and I basically know all the Christmas stories in German. It's actually a Swedish author, so it is Astrid Lindgren who wrote this story, and it's called Weihnachten in Bullerbü, which is basically like Christmas in Bullerbü. It's about a story of a couple of kids who live in this neighborhood with these really beautiful red houses. I will pop up a picture of the original illustration right here. Basically, they are these classic Swedish houses in a lovely rural and countryside neighborhood, I'd say. And these kids were part of like multiple stories, so there were different books about their adventures and like what they would do, and this specific one just revolves around Christmas. It's a children's story, so it's not like crazy wild, but basically they bake Christmas cookies, they wrap all their presents, and they're like really excited for Christmas Day. And it's just such a cute story, and it's so nostalgic for me because it just reminds me of when I was a child, when I was equally excited about Christmas. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still get super excited about Christmas, but it's just different as a child, isn't it? It's like making me go back to my childhood, and I really like that. It was a lot of fun trying to recreate this. So basically what I've done is I created 3 different houses. So I didn't want to copy and paste the ones that were in the illustrations just because they were a bit simple and just square houses. I built 3 different houses, and they're obviously like all very similar, but because I didn't want it to be boring for you guys to watch as well, I decided to create different styles of homes. So we have the biggest one in the middle, which is a family home because it has room for 2 kids. And one thing I've not built on this channel actually is like Scandinavian build style. So yeah, I wanted to incorporate this Scandinavian style with rural details though. So in the main house, we have really light colors. We have a mixture of blue and light brown to keep it really simple, minimalistic, but at the same time, it has kind of farmhouse objects, farmhouse details. Yeah, that is that. And they're all obviously decorated for Christmas. It's all set in winter. I built this on the 50 by 50 in the snowy neighborhood of Mount Komorebi. But how I wanted to differentiate them was by not just the style, but also the colors as well as the kind of quality. So basically the middle one, because it's the biggest, I was like, this is probably the richest family, they have the biggest house. I used the nicest furniture for that one and kept it quite luxurious for a family home. And then on the left and right side of that main building, I decided to build smaller homes that aren't family homes. So these are just 1 beds. Yeah, so one is a studio and one is a 1 bed. The one on the right is the 1 bed. That's still really spacious, so you can't complain about space in that one. I went for a green and red colorway in that one. Very traditional. There's also a book I used to read as a child that was called Petersson on Findus. Like, if you're German, if they mean anything to you, please let me know in the comments because that would be so funny. I don't think many English speaking people know these. Anyway, so that's also set in Sweden. It's got a very rustic Scandinavian build style again. It's a red house, and it's about this old guy and his cat. And their house is green inside. I mixed kind of those two stories together in a way and took inspiration from both of those. And at the back of all the three houses, there is a big field that's also in the illustration. Even though it is winter, there are lettuce crops on the ground. Don't mind that. Yeah, I also decided to create a tractor, basically. I spent a full hour trying to create a tractor. I think it turned out really cute. I used tool mod heavily for that, because you would not be able to create something like that without tool mod. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this a little different video because the theme is so different. Please, please, please check out the playlist for all the other builds and all the other creators. Show them all some love and let me know what you think of this collab in the comments. I put together a very Christmassy tour at the end. I really hope you enjoyed that, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!